I have been idle here for a long time. I believe Barrett would describe this state as bored.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Kind of busy right now.
Up there, huh? Space.
I don't care about the evidence or data.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it! Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars. Then the day is truly blessed. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day. Oh, yes. Normally I start my day by drinking 4 cups of coffee and stuffing my face with chunks. But after being inspired by your story, I thought to myself, what would the great and powerful hero of Vectera do? I ran and I ran and I ran. Imagine my surprise to find you were I know, right? And you can try... Although, if I'm being honest, I'd wager you could beat just about anything, even theoretical concepts. But either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way. Good point. I'll start working on it. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. If not, I can... You won't be disappointed.
Good to see you again. Can I get you something?
Do you think the documentary about your life will be made into a movie? And who do you think will play... Of course, I am... Oh, don't worry. My love for you... Romantic? Oh, God, no. I would... Oh, I'm not that interesting. Well, you technically don't... Well, for one, your triumph on Vectera was all over the news. But I believe that's only the beginning. The first chapter in a four... It's only a matter of time before they start writing it. 1001, Splendid! Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you want to talk some more.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis? Oh boy, I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice, know what I mean? Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. That work for you, new guy? Let me know if there's anything I can get you. Lucky for you, that is literally my job. What can I get you? Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. I've got something in the works that'll change everything. You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you one right now. Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with the hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient, but it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just... Very clever of you. Your parents must be so proud. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo. I really do. It's gonna keep me awake night. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly... And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than one... You, with me on this? What? Come on, no! I'm already uncomfortable with this whole thing. Don't go making jokes like that. Seriously, can you help me with this or not? God, you have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need. I know a few things, but not much. The cargo is being held down at the spaceport, not in the security office. Still, they use the same access cards. If you had one, it'd work. How or why you would have a UC security access card is none of my business, of course. I'm sure I'm better off not knowing. Beyond that, the ship decks over there might also be able to get in. I don't know any of them, or I'd be talking to them instead of you. No offense. Like I said, I submitted the usual security release forms. But I went and talked to an officer at the office, too. Yumi. Sergeant, maybe? He was polite, but unhelpful. I declined to suggest that as their new slogan. New Atlantis Security. Polite, but unhelpful. Truth in advertising, yeah? I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to... I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should... I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went. Catch you later.
Howdy. Since the colony war.
The law's the law, sir. And that one's still on the books. New Atlantis Security Charter 2308 Addendum, Article 2, Section 8.
Hey, this really isn't a good place for civilians to be hanging around. There's something I can help you with? Yeah... I can't really just let you in there. Yeah, I hope so. No, I can't. Sorry. Stop. I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna need you to clear out of here, or else I'll have to call security.
He's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it. I don't make up the laws, Representative. I just enforce them. You have a good day now.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit. Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
I know you're tired of being free.
Gotta be honest, I'm a little surprised every time this ship makes it back in one piece.
Hey, this really isn't a good... There's something I can help... Oh, security impounded a ton of cargo and didn't have storage space for it all, so... So, you need something? Not really sure. Whenever they get through their... Yeah... I... The answer's still no. Absolutely not. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Okay, that's pretty good. This isn't getting us anywhere. I'm gonna need you... Hey, this really... There's something I can... Yeah... You're not. I hear you. Thank you. All right, look, don't tell anyone I did this for you. I could lose my job over it. If anyone asks, I had nothing to do with this. You got it? 1 second. All right, make it quick, will you? If anyone asks, I didn't do anything.
Hey, no loitering. You will be scanned as you enter the city. Okay.
I just don't like houses. Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there, new guy. Hope life is treating you well. Oh, no way. You really got it? I probably don't want to know what you did to get this, right? I mean, You really do love your jokes. You are joking, right? Well, look, I can assure this will all be worth it in the end. On top of that, you get free drinks. Not like unlimited free drinks. I need some time to work on what comes next. But this was the difficult part, I think. Sure thing. See you around.
Hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave, Jose's on... So really, we just need some... Well, first things first, I have to ask, do you have any... Oh yeah? And I'm the CEO of Galbank. Look, I can appreciate a what. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC... You know, MAST. The Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview. Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, let me know if you have any questions.
Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what they used to be.
the fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of my division's work. No, my parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC Security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them. I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. Statistical average, psychological tendencies, a sergeant's need to tower over his subordinates. But really, it was just a joke. I meant nothing by it. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks. Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job, nothing personal. Just take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. You really should know better than to ask for classified intel. Don't worry, I'm just giving you a hard time. All you really need to know is that we're here to... Our main priority is the safety and security of this... We keep an eye on, well, everything. That is a word that has been used, both for... That's a level of detail I can't get into. You get used to it after a while. Good luck with the mission.
Excuse me. Aegis needs what? Oh boy, that was approved?
How's the invest? Still have questions? Cool. Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you... Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security. I've got nothing at the moment. Take care.
Having a good one?
I desire no company. Leave. I have nothing to say. I am a prisoner, trapped by a weak people. The Great Serpent called me to fight the unbelievers in the United Colonies. But
Got a call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg. Ugh.
It's amazing what passes as art nowadays.
Hi there! Thanks for stopping in. Feel I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions... Thanks! It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does... If it weren't for him, I don't know where... Oh, please, take a look. Appreciate the business.
No, Amelie, I am Gerhard. We've been partners for 10 years. Do you need a visit to Reliant Medical?
Hilarious. Truly, you missed your calling as a comic. I remembered his name. It's Curtis.
I have no idea what we are talking about right now.
The hauler from Sidonia. The one that got his ship blown up by the Crimson Fleet. We were talking about it, but I couldn't remember his name. Well, I remembered. His name was Curtis.
I am so relieved we have cleared this up. I am not a stockholder. I am the owner. I am busy right now. If you need something, why don't you talk to Emoli? She'll take care of you.
Can I help you with something, my friend?
Hey, we were running low on foodstuffs, so I went ahead and placed another order.
Really?
Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
It seems like a small decision, but they all add up over time, and it's paralyzing if you really stop to think about it.
Telling them I am a
Buddy,
manager.
it's coffee.
I should
Pick
be
one, get out of the way, and let us get on with our lives.
Sure. Yeah, sorry.
Premium cappuccino, double dairy, and no whip.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Tone. And no, I will not make whatever it is you just said. Because this place is a disorganized mess. What you asked me to do is literally impossible.
Oh, I understand impossible. Fine. You want to organize? There's some mop in the back. See if you can't organize a little floor cleaning operation.
Outrageous.
Nothing wrong with a simple bet. Well, as long as you win.
If you'd like a cup of coffee,
Here one moment, gone the next. I tell you, you must cherish everything and every... I hope you're... You see, I lost something invaluable. It was a gem. Priceless, no doubt. That scoundrel George St. George has it in his possession now. Well, yes. I agree. St. George, like myself, is a collector of trinkets and relics from Earth. I have in my possession a plate that I'm sure he won't be able to live without. Please, would you be my hero? Fantastic! Here's the plate. Oh, where are my manners? I can assure you with near certainty he won't decline. We both adore relics from Earth. No matter how large, it pains me to part with the plate, but I happen to have It does. I received that gem. Yes, when I was a younger man, I got out of all the... not by profession. I work out of the Valberg building. Alas, but I can't. I'm glad you understand. Lady. Until next.
Be okay with me joining the Sanctum Universal?
Your folks, the same ones that donate to
Another day, another credit.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. I am not staring, I am analyzing. This is important xenobiological work. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems... Well, that's... Thank you. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings.
Not sure if those maroon zealots will be. Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks.
Last stop, Apollo. My favorite. And we can afford it. Mercury is much cheaper.
Even an extra day or two with her, well, there ain't no such thing as a good war.
My husband's never been the same since our daughter passed. I think we're still recovering. I miss my daughter too, but we've so many other things to do.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters. Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to make appointments myself.
I need people like you. Even with your brains.
Yeah, I'm sure a junior assistant is vital.
It's your foot in the door. Show initiative, positive attitude, and the sky's the limit.
They are ramping up efforts to deter the Crimson Fleet. You're listening to the Settled Systems News Network.
As you can see,
hello and welcome to
traffic is
Terra
good.
Brew. How may I
The
serve?
sales keep
Hi there.
climbing.
Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help? Corporate policy requires me to state that everything...
Yes. And the sales in the fest
Certainly.
didn't
Please take your
peak at
time.
all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change.
I can't get enough of all the trees around here.
Down with the FC!
This is very encouraging.
If you'll excuse me.
Every time I've come here, there's a line for coffee. You can tell they put a lot of care into their franchises.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards.
Administrations come and go in a big city, but SSNN is here to stay.
I came all this way.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing. Why, what is it? I'm wondering why you come look. That's so? Must mean something to you if you came looking. Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it. I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way. You're the one who said it was junk. If that's true, why bother coming back for it at all? Suit yourself. Right. Welcome to UC Distribution. Back to it, then.
Self, UC security. You're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your... I've been authorized to inform. Other than that, I'm not at liberty. Smart decision.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Says here you spent some time as a diplomat. That isn't quite what we do around here, but still, having a way with words might prove useful. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDef. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. Are we really playing this game? The pirates. Like the ones you tangled with on Vectera? Please stop pretending you have no idea what I'm talking about. Smart decision. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. Not for me. For yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDef, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, We'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any costs that the operation will incur. Or you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
Get out of line and I'll put you down. Clear? So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Coming in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts. Hey, still, it makes you wonder. Especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? Yes? All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Okay, hello. Pardon.
Hello?
Yes, what? Okay, hello.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. We are currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos. As to why, I'll explain momentarily. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can... The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask... Good. I have just the right... Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to transport outside. Get caught with this stuff aboard a ship and you'll... That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it... You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Then you better learn to swim. Because you're diving... I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. Just use your best judgment. I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want... As an undercover operative for UC System, allow yourself to stray too far off the path. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing. At the end of the day, your primary goal... I don't want promises. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the detail. Now, get out of here. And good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignment, beyond that, all we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to... I'm afraid she's the best lead with... For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the... Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubted... It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequence. Do what you have to do, but remember... That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means. Look, I can see that you're... If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, use your instincts. You have your orders.
Pardon.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? You better make it, because Commander Akande cashed in all his chips to get this operation off the ground. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bat... Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. You're damn right I do. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you know... then you'll understand why it's so important. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence. Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned you might not help us simply because it would... All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. That should do it. You're dismissed. Not really, no. Yeah. No, it's not really inappropriate. Let's just stick to the job at hand and... we'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say... Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the bound... Well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequence. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Excuse me.
Hello?
How do you think this adventure is going? Great? Fantastic? A moment in time will... I try to keep your ship clean at all times. Back to work, then.